Gloria Thompson, a 71-year-old retired schoolteacher, sat alone in the dim attic of her old Victorian home on a chilly November afternoon in upstate New York. Dust floated in the single bulb's weak light as she pried open a wooden box that hadn't been touched in decades. Inside were letters, hundreds of them, written in the careful handwriting of her late husband, Richard. They dated back to when he was overseas in the war, and she was a young teacher waiting for him. The faint scent of old paper and ink rose up, carrying memories with it. She pulled out one letter at random and began to read. "My dearest Gloria, the nights here are cold without you, but thinking of your laugh, your soft skin, the way you whisper my name when we're alone, it keeps me warm. I'll be home soon, my love. I'll hold you so tight you'll never doubt how much I need you. Forever yours, Richard." Tears welled in her eyes. Richard had been gone 15 years now, a sudden heart attack, no warning, no goodbye. Since then, the big house had felt empty. Her sons lived in distant cities, her grandchildren were busy with their own lives. Nights were long, and loneliness had become a quiet companion. Gloria read on, letter after letter. Each word stirred something deep inside her, a longing she thought had died years ago. She caught her reflection in a small attic mirror. Silver hair neatly pinned, blue eyes still bright, skin soft despite the years. She was still beautiful in her own way, but no one had looked at her like that in a very long time. Footsteps sounded on the stairs. "Mrs. Thompson, you okay up there?" It was Noah, her new neighbor, a 29-year-old writer who had moved into the small cottage next door a few weeks earlier. Gloria barely knew him beyond polite waves. "I'm fine," she called back, quickly wiping her eyes. "Just going through some old things." Noah appeared at the top of the stairs, tall, with dark brown hair, kind green eyes, and a gentle smile. "I saw the attic door open, thought you might need help. That box looks heavy." Gloria smiled softly. "If you could carry it downstairs for me, I'd be grateful." He lifted the box easily and followed her down to the kitchen. Gloria made coffee, the familiar ritual calming her. "Thank you, young man. People don't do things like that much anymore." Noah shrugged. "You live alone, right? Must get tough sometimes." She nodded. "You get used to it, but some days it feels very quiet." The next day, Noah knocked again, holding a plate of freshly baked cookies. "Baking helps when I'm stuck on my writing," he explained. Gloria invited him in. They sat at the kitchen table with the letter box still unopened between them. Curious, Noah asked, "What's in the box?" "Old love letters from my husband." He asked permission, then carefully read one. His expression softened. "These are beautiful. So much feeling. I've never written anything like this." Gloria told him about Richard, the war, the waiting, the joyful reunion, the decades of marriage cut short. As she spoke, her voice trembled. Noah listened without interrupting. When she finished, he said quietly, "I'm sorry. That kind of love, it's rare." He shared a little about himself, recently divorced, trying to finish a novel but battling writer's block. "I know what loneliness feels like, too," he admitted. Over the following weeks, Noah became a regular visitor. They drank coffee, talked for hours. Gloria read him more letters. Noah listened, asked gentle questions, shared his own thoughts. One evening, tears came unexpectedly. "I'd forgotten what it feels like to be loved like that," she whispered. Noah reached across the table and took her hand. "You haven't forgotten. It's still in you." Their fingers stayed linked longer than necessary. Something shifted in the air between them. December brought snow. One evening, Noah arrived carrying an old manual typewriter. "I thought you might like it. You talk about letters so much. Maybe you could write again." Gloria laughed. "At my age?" "Love doesn't have an age limit," he said softly, sitting close. They read letters together by the fireplace. When another wave of tears came, Noah pulled her into a comforting embrace, but this time neither pulled away. Gloria felt the warmth of his body, the steady beat of his heart. "I'm scared," she whispered against his shoulder. "Me too," he replied. Then he tilted her chin up and kissed her, slow, tender, full of unspoken need. The kiss deepened naturally. Gloria's hands slipped under his sweater, feeling warm skin and muscle. They broke apart breathless. "Is this wrong?" she asked. "It feels like the most right thing in a long time," Noah answered. They parted that night, but sleep didn't come easily to either of them. Christmas approached. Noah invited Gloria to his cottage for the first time. It was small, cozy, filled with books and the glow of a fire. They drank wine, talked, and soon began kissing again, this time with growing confidence. Noah removed her sweater slowly, kissing her neck, her shoulders. Gloria unbuttoned his shirt with trembling fingers, marveling at the firmness of his younger body. In his bedroom, he laid her down gently. Every piece of clothing came off with care, each new inch of skin greeted with soft kisses. When he reached her breasts, he took his time, teasing her nipples until she gasped and arched toward him. "It's been so long," she murmured. "I'd almost forgotten how this feels." "Let me remind you," he whispered. His mouth traveled lower, parting her thighs. When his tongue found her most sensitive spot, Gloria cried out, hands clutching the sheets. Pleasure built slowly, intensely, until she came with a soft sob of release. Then it was her turn. She explored him with experienced hands and mouth, drawing deep groans from him. When he finally entered her, it was slow and deliberate, their eyes locked. Every gentle thrust felt like healing. Tears slipped down Gloria's cheeks, not from sadness, but from overwhelming joy. They climaxed together, holding each other tightly as snow fell silently outside. Afterward, they lay tangled in the sheets, talking until dawn. January arrived crisp and bright. Noah and Gloria began writing letters to each other the old-fashioned way, on paper, even though they saw each other daily. Gloria wrote, "My dearest Noah, your touch has awakened parts of me I thought were gone forever. I fall asleep remembering you inside me, holding me, making me feel truly alive again. Thank you for seeing me, not as an old woman, but simply as Gloria." Noah replied, "Darling Gloria, your body, your heart, they are timeless to me. Being with you erases every hurt I carried. I want to love you every day, in every possible way." Their intimacy deepened, sometimes slow and tender by the fireplace, sometimes urgent in her big bed or on his kitchen counter. Gloria rediscovered her own sensuality, her softness, her responsiveness. Noah worshipped every curve, every sigh. One afternoon, she voiced a fear. "People will talk, the age difference." "Let them," he said, pulling her close again. "This is about us." Spring brought color back to the garden. Gloria started writing her own story, first about her life with Richard, then about this unexpected second chapter with Noah. Their lovemaking grew more playful and passionate. Sometimes she rode him slowly, watching his face. Other times he took her from behind, hands gripping her hips, driving deep until she cried out his name. One stormy night, the power went out. By candlelight, they explored each other with hands and mouths, rediscovering every sensitive place. Gloria was amazed at the intensity of desire she still felt at 71.